Hi. I have one more Mother's Day greeting that I want to share with you. I have a book about great speeches by American women from Dover Thrift Editions, and I wanted to start anyways reading a speech from here, like whatever, once a week or every day, whatever I could get in. So far I haven't had time, and then I wanted to for Mother's Day, because in the Queen Latifah video there's a woman that's there's a picture of a woman that I newly discovered last year when I was doing research for my art project, the Three Generations, One Family art show that took place here with my mom and my daughter and myself in January and February in Zurich at the American Women's Club clubhouse and gallery. And since my art that I was doing was loosely, not loosely, it was about, the women's right to vote and the 19th Amendment and anyway. So I stumbled upon this woman's story, and it deeply affected me. And anyway, I'm going to read her speech to you. I want to let you know, in fact, it's the first speech in the book. So it's got a place of honor. And it's by Sojourner Truth. And, after reading her speech and then reading her story, she was an amazing woman and mother. Certainly an amazing mother, but also an amazing woman. So if any of you out there know her, then you know the speech that I'm probably going to read, and it's called Ain't I a Woman? Sojourner Truth she was born 1797 and lived until 1883. So she lived a good long life. And this speech was given on May 29th, 1851. All right. So, well, children, when there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. Actually, sorry, I should stop for a second and tell you that she was giving this speech. Here, they have a little something. She was a slave in Ulster County, New York. Her real name was Isabella Baumfree, and she gained her freedom in 1827. In 1843, she took the name Sojourner Truth and began her lauded career as an abolitionist and a feminist. The following speech was given by Truth at the Women's Rights Convention in Akron, Ohio. It was offered largely in response to a clergyman who had previously argued that women were too weak and helpless to be given the right to vote. So let me start over. Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that between the Negroes of the South and the women of the North, all talking about rights, the white men will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches, and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles, or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could heed me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man, when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children, and seen most of all sold off to slavery. And when I cry out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Then they talk about this thing in the head. What's this they call it? Intellect. That's it, honey. What's that got to do with women's rights or Negroes' rights? If my cup wasn't hold but a pint, and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then that little man in black there, he says women can't have much rights as men, 'cause Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they is asking to do it. The men better let them. Obliged to you for hearing me. And now, old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say. The end. So, if you don't know about her, I highly recommend that you take some time and Google Sojourner Truth and read a little bit about her. I was amazed at the strength of this woman and the things that she must have had to live through. I don't think any of us would like to imagine. So that is it. I wish her a very happy belated Mother's Day, and she is a shining light for a lot of people. I think a lot of women. So it's good that you were, and we thank you for your strength, Sojourner. All right. So I wish you all a wonderful day wherever you are. Thanks for stopping by.